On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before, and the bird said nevermore.
You're listening to the Call Podcast with Brandon and Josh.
What's going on, everybody? How's it going? I got to get Josh in here. Where's he at? See what I can do. Get this guy here. It is schedule release night. Who is excited? I've seen some rumors. I know there's a lot of other news going on, but once Josh gets in here, we'll be able to talk all about it. We are on Twitch. We are on Facebook, and we are on YouTube. So thank you all for tuning in to the Call schedule release. Let's get Josh in here. See what we can do. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Happy Wednesday. It's May 14th. We are waiting for the release of the Ravens schedule, and we will be talking about that momentarily. Have you guys seen any rumors, any innuendos, anything like that about who the Ravens might be up against? Let's see what we're doing here. Make sure we're live everywhere. Twitch looks good. YouTube looks good. Facebook, how we doing? We good? There we go. There's the Facebook. I found it. So what's going on? You can follow me on X and Blue Sky at Brando Cash if you don't do that already. We are just, 12 minutes, 13 minutes, 12 minutes away from the schedule release. I know there's a lot of news that's already been out there. A lot of stuff like I was waiting to tell everybody about the Ravens and who they're going to be facing internationally. Turns out no one internationally is going to be seeing the Ravens except for on their televisions. We're going to not play anywhere. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to play in Germany or Spain. We've done the UK already. I know there's a game in Ireland, so that's what we're waiting on. Also, no Christmas game. Doesn't look like Thanksgiving's going to happen. No Black Friday, unfortunately. So that's what's going on. So, are you guys okay with that? I mean, that kind of sucks that we're going to be missing all those kind of specialty games. I've seen some rumors about the games that's going to be happening. Oh, we got Josh joining us now. What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm great, man. How are you?
I'm doing good.
On some pretzels and iced tea, waiting for the schedule to come out. We're live.
We are live. We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube.
You just started chatting, and I'm like, "There's no intro, no nothing."
Wow. It's very it's very let's see, it's not very official here. You know, this is very casual. We're just having fun. We're just enjoying ourselves. Guys, make sure you comment on the videos, talk to us, let us know who's your favorite, who are you looking forward to the most facing up against this upcoming season. Let us know over on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook. Keep talking to us, be social with the show.
Big Sky. You can't forget about Brandon on Big Sky.
Blue Sky. I don't know. Am I going to get you on Blue
Big
Sky?
I don't know. I can't keep up. Like InstaFace, Snapface, like Belichick.
That's right. So, Josh, I know I was talking about a little bit before you hopped on. No international games. No holidays so far. There's still potential of maybe a Thanksgiving game, but no Christmas, no Black Friday. What are your thoughts on that? The fact that we're not going to be in the spotlight in that way.
My thoughts are what I texted you earlier this week, where you are marked safe from having to watch a game at 9:30 a.m. And as I kindly joked with our buddy across the pond, Dave Rivers, as disappointing as it is for him and the Ravens fans over there to kind of want to be close and see the Ravens, where we are marked safe from over here. But beggars can't be choosers, because obviously across the pond, when we have a late game here, it's in the middle of the night over there for the Ravens flock of the UK. So, and even further, the far reaches of the globe. So even earlier in the morning. So you always got to be mindful of that. Ravens Nation is worldwide, as we know this year. The Ravens have expanded their brand in the United Kingdom. We're all excited about that. But yeah, no international games. Ravens are rumored to maybe be an international for a couple years from now, so we'll see. We've already known they played 2 London games in their history. They're 1-1 there. Most recently, a couple years ago, when they played the Titans right before they acquired Derrick Henry the year prior. So, we all know, the trips speak for themselves. They're awesome. Sometimes they're once in a lifetime. I have yet to go, but hoping to get there one of these days with these national games. But yeah, so, and you have to feel, speaking of international, the Vikings, the other purple team, they're going back-to-back international games.
2 weeks in a row. I saw that.
So I wonder if they're going to stay over there. Because why would they travel back to the state? I think the Jaguars did that. Didn't the Jaguars kind of play back-to-back before, and they kind of stay put? Because it does not make sense to travel back to the States just to go right back. I mean,
they're kind of the default home team. The Jags are over in the UK. So anytime there's a UK game, there's a good chance that the Jags are going to be there. But we've got about 9 minutes until the schedule release comes out. Let's talk about the news that broke today. Derrick Henry officially will be a Raven past this season. He signed a 2-year extension, $30 million, 15 each season coming up. He's the highest paid running back, over 30 right now in the league. What are your thoughts on that, Josh? Derrick Henry, what an addition he was last year, and we're going to see him in the purple and black for the next couple years. 2-year extension. What do you think of that deal?
Well, it was originally a 2-year deal to begin with. So 2-year extension, I'm ecstatic. That means he's going to retire his NFL career here, ultimately probably retire a Raven as usual with these players. No, couldn't be more ecstatic for Derrick Henry to keep his talents here in Baltimore. What he brought to the table last year with the running game, absolutely phenomenal. And you almost ask yourself, because he set the bar so high in year 1, where can he go this year?
Right.
Coming up, because I mean, dude, you almost have to have a better season than what Saquon did last year. And Saquon had an incredible season. One of the most prolific rushing years in the NFL ranks, and Derrick Henry's up there, but his counterpart in the NFC in the running back position, Saquon stole the show. So Derrick's got his work cut out for him, but to add his statistical help and what he does is being beast in the backfield to what was a first ever offense to, I think, amass over 7,000 total yards, something of that nature. It was incredible. So the news, it's kind of like, it is almost like Christmas in May, in the same day. Not only you get the Derrick Henry extension, but you get the NFL schedule and the where and the when and everything else laid out. So as usual, we'll do our traditions. We'll break it down for you, kind of what to expect. Transitioning the schedule, once it's released in full, we'll kind of break it down, run down the gambit, weeks 1 through 18, where the bye week falls and all that. And then me and Brandon, we'll put our personal take on it, like kind of looking at the schedule, what we like, what we don't like, obviously going back on our predictions for the primetime games and kind of seeing where they fall. So, there's been some rumors and kind of leaks out there supposedly, and who knows if there's truth to that. So, we'll wait here for a few moments until the schedule comes out, and we'll see what truths were correct in the rumors that were out there. But I almost hate the schedule leaks because, I haven't really seen anything from the Ravens. I've seen one for week 1, but I'm ignoring the noise personally and not reading into it because, look, I want to be surprised. Like, if the Ravens were part of these Christmas Day games or international games or Thanksgiving, like, we would find out already because they're releasing those, like, they're putting that forward first before the whole NFL schedule. And I get why. It's a showcase, right? Let's get the full slate of international. And before we even get into it, because we already know, and I've already been beefing with this on X/Twitter or whatever we want to call it these days, the Christmas Day games, and I will even quote myself as I posted it. This is hilarious. Pretty much Thanksgiving games, boring. Look, the Christmas Day games for Thursday, December 25th this year, it's 2 divisional matchups. Dallas and Washington, Detroit and Minnesota. It's basically a Thanksgiving Day remix. Are you kidding me, NFL? Like, at least last year's Christmas games were awesome, including your Baltimore Ravens. Like, Ravens-Texans, even though it was a blowout, it was Ravens. Obviously, we're gushing it because it was Ravens and they blew them out. It was awesome. And then it was Steelers-Chiefs, and obviously we were all Chiefs fans prior to that. I mean, it was at least like 2 great games on Christmas last year to showcase out Netflix, and they come up with this crap. Like,
Right.
You're basically taking, and if I look at it correctly, you're basically taking the 2 away teams that play at home on Thanksgiving and you're making them play away on Christmas. Like, are you kidding me? And I don't even know if the Thanksgiving Day games were leaked yet, but like, really, it's a Thanksgiving Day remix. I am not dude, definitely a big L, thumbs down, 2 thumbs down, 5 thumbs down. I don't care how many thumbs you have, put them all down. Including the Emperor and Gladiator, thumbs down, because horrible. Christmas Day, yeah, I mean, they're just going to be on the background. I mean, obviously, my cousin, who's a Cowboys fan, is going to love it. His Cowboys play Christmas Day, and I know a few Washington fans out there, including, grandmother watches the Washington team, and so does my uncle. So I know like a few family members of mine will dabble in that, but I mean, it's just, I don't know. I would like to hear your thoughts on the Christmas Day games. Do you agree with the take, or are you excited about what's to be presenting on Christmas as far as the NFL showcase this year?
No, definitely with Christmas, it doesn't have the same kind of buzz as it did last year, and we're getting more games this year because it's on a Thursday, so we're getting 2 on Netflix, 1 on Prime. It doesn't really pique my interest. We're getting the Kansas City Chiefs both on Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we're getting like you said, the Cowboys and Commanders. Normally that's a Thanksgiving game. We're getting that on Christmas this year. So like, nothing really. I mean, of course I'm going to be tuning in and watching it, but it's not going to be like the must-see TV like it was last Christmas. And I'm a little bummed about that, but a whole lot of love for Jaden Daniels and those Commanders. They are going to be leading the NFC with primetime games this year. So that's definitely something. He definitely piqued the interest of a lot of programmers out there last year with his play, and Jaden Daniels is must-see TV right now. So it seems like the Commanders are getting a lot of love. Maybe some of the love Lamar got a few years ago. This is like the new toy to play with in the NFL. So we're seeing a lot of Commanders in prime time. Of course, we're seeing a lot of the Chiefs in prime time as well. So that's something we are going to have to get used to, at least for this season, that it's any of these under the light night games, there's a good chance that the Commanders or the Chiefs are involved in some way. But the Christmas games, the Thanksgiving games, yeah, they're not blowing my socks off, but of course I'm going to be tuning in.
I mean, it's the NFL. You got to tune in.
Yeah.
As much as we're going to say, and look, we can be critical of the matchups. And yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and whine and complain and be thumbs down about it. And then be like, well, I'm not going to watch. Of course, don't be silly. I'm going to watch. I'm just critiquing the schedule it is and being like, really do better. Like, at least like Christmas Day, you put something like, I don't know, like wow us, like Ravens, Steelers, Chiefs, Bills, like do something crazy, like crazy rivalry. I mean, even Bears, Packers would be fun, even though the Bears are pretty much horrible at this point juncture, but like something. I mean, look, and there are rivalry games, so don't get me wrong. I'm naming rivalry games as we speak, and there's 2 on Christmas, but again, same stinking teams that play on Thanksgiving. Like, so I mean, it is what it is, I guess. But we are pretty much moments away from the full schedule of field, the Baltimore Ravens and the whole entire NFL. So real quick, we'll always do a tradition as we talked about doing the Ravens, but then aside from that, we'll alternate and break down the primetime matchup slate for the NFL, Sunday night, Monday night, Thursday night games, obviously looking at prime and all that. So, and then we'll obviously take a hard look at the Thanksgiving Day games as they come out, and it is the ripe time of 8 p.m. Eastern. So I believe the schedule should be out, Brandon. Shall we take a look here, man? I'm excited, man.
Waiting for the drop right now. One thing that I do want to say as we're waiting. Oh, here we go. Here it is. The Ravens have put it out.
Here we go.
Okay, so Prime has put this out officially. It will be week 9, Ravens versus Dolphins on October 30th, Halloween Eve. So that is going to be happening. That was correct. Oh, look at this. We got a video. The Ravens posted a video 27 seconds ago. Look at this. Oh, this is weird. All right. All right. Come on. Show me what I need to see here. Come on, Ravens. Don't toy with me. They're doing like Minority Report or something. The Brazil game is going to be Chief and Chargers.
Oh,
that's the Friday game. It's going to be on YouTube. All right, here we go. Thank you, Jameson Hensley, for posting this. All right, you ready? Ready to go through this week by week?
Let's do it.
All right, so week 1, we've got September 7th, Sunday Night Football, 8:20 start against the Bills in Buffalo.
Rumors were true. Rumors were true. That's the one I saw leaked. So we're getting that out of the way early. Wow, okay.
Yep. Week 2, September 14th versus Cleveland. So the home opener for the Ravens will be against the Cleveland Browns in Baltimore, September 14th. That one is a 1:00 start. Week 3, we're going to Monday Night Football at home. It's going to be a Monday Night Football game in Baltimore, September 22nd versus the Detroit Lions. 8:15 start for that one. And then week 4, September 28th, traveling out to Kansas City up against the Chiefs. That game is a 4:25 start. Week 5, we've got October 5th versus Houston, and it's going to be 1 p.m. Oh, look, we're on Thanksgiving night. Jumping ahead.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, let's go.
Thanksgiving night.
What do we got?
I'm sorry, jumping ahead. Week 13, November 27th versus the Bengals on Prime Thursday Night Football.
Woo.
Cincinnati 8:20 start.
Tailgate Thanksgiving feast, baby.
Oh, you know the tailgate's going to have some turkey.
I can see John now already getting it going. Let's go.
Let's see, back to it. We're going to go week 5, October 5th versus Houston, 1:00 start. Then we have week 6, so back-to-back home games there. October 12th against the LA Rams. That's a 1:00 start. Then an early bye week, week 7 bye week. Usually it's around, week 9 or 10, but week 7, early bye week. I don't know if that's going to bite us in the butt or not, but come back from the bye week, October 26th, up against Chicago. That game's at 1:00. Week 9, October 30th, will be against Miami, Thursday Night Football. And then we've got week 11, or I'm sorry, where week 9 is versus at Miami, Thursday Night Football. Week 10 is November 9th at Minnesota. So you travel to warm Miami, then to freezing Minnesota the next week, 1:00 start. Week 11, November 16th, is at Cleveland, 4:25. Week 12, November 23rd, against the Jets at home, 1:00 start. Like we said, November 27th, Thanksgiving night against the Bengals, 8:20 start in Baltimore. It's Thursday Night Football. And let's see, week 14, December 7th versus the Steelers. Is that the first time? Wow, we are seeing the Steelers late this year, guys. December 7th is going to be the Steelers, 1:00 start. Week 15, December 14th versus Cincinnati. Oh my God, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. That is a rough go of it to start off the holiday season. Woof. That's another 1:00 start. Then it's going to be December 21st against New England, 1:00 start. And then we're going to have a game against the Green Bay Packers. And week 18, finishing it up against the Steelers, week 18. So a couple rough stretches in there, but very cool. We will be getting to see the Ravens on Thanksgiving night. That's going to be a blast to see on Thanksgiving night. Cincinnati have not faced the Cincinnati Bengals on Thanksgiving night yet. So we've had the 49ers and the Steelers. Now we're going to have them at home. Man, what is John going to cook up for that one, for the tailgate for that one?
I can only imagine. I'm trying to sit here and digest this schedule. This just hit me in the face. And I got to formulate my notes here. So, and I love doing these live reactions because obviously the shock and awe and the surprising. So let me go through real quick and count. Did I remember? Did I pick? I cannot remember. So keep me honest here, Brandon. I have to go back. Did I predict 5 primetime games or 6?
You did. I think you predicted 5. Yep.
I think 6 is the maximum, right, for a team. And I think I predicted 5. Let's see. Ravens, Bills 1. Ravens, Lions 2. Ravens, Dolphins 3. Ravens, Bengals 4. Right now it's 4. And you can kind of make an argument. I mean, there's a prime time, but then they have like the late window games with the Chiefs and the Browns. So, I mean, they got 4 prime time and then 2 late window games right now. So, okay. So 1 behind the prediction. That's not too terrible.
Not bad.
Yeah, I love it. There's a lot to unpack in this schedule. Oh my gosh. While I'm trying to formulate my thoughts, do you have yours collected at this point? I'd love to hear from you, my friend. What do you think so far? There's a lot of fireworks here and there's a lot going on here.
September is going to be rough. September, definitely we could get out of the September and be 2-2. October looks doable.
500 already after the first month.
Wow. Look at that first lineup, man. You got Bills, Browns, Lions, Chiefs.
You got to play the Bills and the Chiefs in the first month of the. Oh my god, dude!
That's a tough one. That is a tough one. Yep.
And with the divisional game in there, and then the Lions, who obviously are no slouch, luckily, and we got 2 primetime games in the first 4 weeks, and then you have a late window on CBS, which is probably Nance and Romo. So, dude, fireworks already. Start with the Bills. So you start. This is what I find interesting already about this, Brandon. So I'm going to go through this as I get them. So last year's schedule, the Ravens lost to the Chiefs at home in a title game. They start the year at the Chiefs. So their last game of the last season ended with the same opponent as they start with. Same thing this year. Ravens lost to the Bills in the playoffs. Now they start with the Bills in week 1. Interesting. How about that?
Didn't really go the Ravens' way.
No, almost did.
Last time that we did this.
And this is another away game. So they start away. You have us at 500 after. Wow. Okay.
We're going to do, because like we did last year, we're going to have to make our predictions and write them down and hold on to them.
Yeah.
As we go through the season, this upcoming season. But look at October 30th, November 9th, November 16th. All away games. So you got the bye week on week 7. Then you hit the road. Let's see. I'm sorry. You're back for the Bears, but then you hit the road after the Bears to warm Miami, Minnesota, and then Cleveland. So you got some warm weather, 2 cold games.
Minnesota's
home.
Indoors. Minnesota's indoors.
It's still cold. Get off the plane. You're still going to be cold.
Still indoors.
But Green Bay, man, Green Bay at the end of December. Talk about cold. Woo! That's going to be cold.
The frozen tundra in late December. And that's
right.
Right around Christmas time, pretty much.
Yep. Yeah. We don't know exactly what date it's going to be.
It's going to be probably that weekend. It's going to be Christmas weekend because Christmas on a Thursday.
Right.
Week 17 will be to be determined.
So it could be a Saturday game, could be a Sunday game. We don't travel, it looks like, that far west, which is good. We have the LA Rams coming to our house, but what's the furthest location away from Baltimore? Like, there's not a lot of miles to travel in this team, which could be really good.
Yeah. Let me look here.
Maybe Minnesota, is that the furthest one west?
No,
I'm not sure.
Green Bay, maybe. Oh, no, Green Bay. No, my geography's screwed up. No, it's Minnesota. Green Bay's right next to it. So, Wisconsin, duh. Think about geography, Josh. No, but the farther south they go is South Beach in Miami. So, not too terrible. Travel-wise, not too terrible.
Right.
I'm going to get this out now. Looking at it, we've already covered the gauntlet in the first month of the season. They play they play 3 FC opponents out of 4, and one of them is a divisional game. Their division games are backloaded as usual. But here's where the schedule gets fun, right? It's away, home, away, home. No, it's away, home, home, away in the first month. Obviously, you have 2 back-to-back home games. You have the home. You go to Bills, right? Then you're at home against the Browns. You stay at home against the Lions on the longer week because it's playing Monday night. And then you have the shorter week, but you go to Kansas City, not too terrible. Then you're at home against the Texans, rematch of last year's Christmas Day game. So here's where the fun starts. Home beginning October, home against the Rams, bye week in week 7, then you're home against the Bears. And you don't travel until Thursday, October 30th to South Beach. So the Ravens, when they come home after the Chiefs on that late, Sunday, September 28th, early morning, 29th kind of deal, they don't travel for a whole month, pretty much virtually. So, and we've seen this before in the schedules where they had 3 home games with a bye week smashed in the middle of it. It's happened before where the Ravens were literally in Baltimore for like a month. So, yeah, they go through a little gauntlet right early, but they get to stay home for the month of October until like pretty much second to the last day, right?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, but then it's the flip side of the gauntlet. Then you got 3 straight road games at Dolphins, at Vikings, at Browns, as you just said. So, month at home, then you're 3 weeks away. So, hey, little give and take. I get it, right? Got to have some. Then you're at home against the Jets. And then you stay home on a shorter week against the Bengals on Thursday night, Thanksgiving. But then you get the longer week. So here's another where I think the fun begins, because this is another 3 straight home games with a mini bye in it, because you have the Jets after those 3 away games. You have the Jets at home, Bengals at home on Thanksgiving, and then you play the Steelers at home. The go back-to-back big division rival games at home. You get the mini bye week, 11 days, and then you go on the road against the Bengals. So the Ravens have 3 straight divisional games in late November, early December. Bengals, Steelers, Bengals. That's going to be nuts. Then you play the Patriots at home, and then that's it. And that's the last home game. And then they go on the road to finish the season at Packers, at Steelers. So 2 big matchups. So the end of the season with those 2 matchups, Packers, Steelers, that's going to be ridiculous. And obviously to be determined because of playoff seeding and divisional rankings and all that. There's an opportunity for this shit because it happened to the Ravens last year where they had like 3 Saturday games in a row, including the playoffs, because they tweaked the Browns game to be on a Saturday and all that. So it happened to last year. So that's my personal spin on it. Obviously my favorite, there's 2 favorites of mine. You can't help but circle the Thanksgiving night game. This is the 3rd one in Ravens history, which is going to be awesome. And it seems like the Ravens play the Bengals. If I'm there, this is probably the 3rd or 4th year in a row that the Ravens play the Bengals at home on a night game. And this is another Thursday. I think this is the 3rd year in a row they play the Bengals on Thursday night at home, which is awesome.
Technically, I'm looking at the Thursday night on Prime schedule, and that game on Thanksgiving night is not listed there because it's considered a Sunday night game. So it's going to be on NBC, not Prime.
Right.
Because Prime has the Black Friday game.
Good call out. And if not, and even if so, as we know with local rules with that, if you don't have Prime and the Ravens are, featured on Thursday Night Football, you can still watch that on regular simulcast on the local affiliate. So, at least the local folks don't have to worry about that. So sorry for the folks that are outside the market, as some of my friends are. Another personal favorite of mine, my actual birthday, the Ravens actually play, and it's a home game. It's the Texans on Sunday, October 5th, which is my birthday. They play at home. So I can already see it now. A home tailgate birthday bash and a Thanksgiving night tailgate bash. Already checked those off the list. Those are 2 probably tailgates I'll be partaking in. So, John, hope you have a great headliner as usual that you always do. I can't wait to see the reveal because I will be ready to get our tickets, bro. I can't wait. Can't wait, man. And wow. Pretty impressive with the schedule. Pretty impressed.
Yeah, our videographer, or sometimes videographer, Mike actually messaged me and just said pretty fair schedule for the Ravens.
Yeah.
Of they're not on the road too long. They're at home a pretty good amount of time. So he seems really happy with the schedule as well. Everybody out there watching us on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook, let us know in the comments, what are your thoughts? Do you like what we're seeing here? Are you happy with the schedule so far? We want to hear from you and hear what you got to say. So definitely let us know what you're thinking. I'm really happy with this schedule. I love, like you said, Thanksgiving against the Bengals. That is fantastic. That's great. That's going to be a rough one, though. You're going to have a little extra time. You have 10 days between the first Bengals and Steelers game, and then you got the Bengals again. So those 3 games back to back to back. That's a tough stretch there. But like we saw last year with the shortened week, the Christmas game, the Ravens did fine in December. Like they're not going to be slowed down in any way with a tough schedule or tough opponents in that way. So I'm very happy with the schedule. I think it looks good. I think it's fair. We've got some Sunday nights and Monday nights and 2 Thursday night games. I love that. That's awesome. Yeah, this one's a good one. This is a good schedule. The Ravens, very favorable schedule, I have to say, if you're a Ravens fan. Also, by the way, apparently the schedule video is a spoof of Severance. I've never watched that show, so I don't get the reference.
I have not watched Severance at all. Don't get the reference as well. But I will reference this. Yeah, I certainly agree. It's a fair schedule. As we talked about, the Ravens have 2 long stints at home with the full bye week and then the mini bye week. Even though they go on the road 3 games straight, it's bookended by the home stints, and then obviously the end in the frozen tundra in Lambeau. And I think that's going to be fun for fans because the eye was on that game too of like, is Ravens Nation able to and the flock able to travel to Lambeau in the early season where it's not as cold? So you're getting it right at the end of December. So that's going to be a doozy, especially to travel with the snow and all that you have to deal with, and then ending the year in Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Seems to be a tradition now.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun, man, no matter how we slice it. The Ravens home schedule, I think it's pretty favorable. I mean, outside of the divisional games, maybe the Lions is their toughest opponent at home on a Monday night. Obviously their 2 away games are Chiefs Bills. That's their toughest test. And obviously the divisional games are always a test away. And then I think Lambeau Field with the Packers, I think that's a big road test too. So the road games are definitely the more difficult side of the schedule. So it's going to be interesting, man. And who knows, with the Browns being our home opener, this is going to be fun to watch through training camp and what happens in week 1, because who's going to be the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns? They got 5-6 quarterbacks right now, but could it be the rookie Sanders emerging, or will it be a homecoming for Joe Flacco and the Browns in week 2?
Has Joe faced the Ravens in Baltimore? I know he went up. He was a Jet. We were in New York.
The Jets were in New York. And then I don't think he was on any other team. And if he was on a team, if I even recall, he might have been on the sidelines. I had to feel like we played the Broncos or the Colts, or some of the teams he's been employed with, but I don't think he was in the game. He was on the sidelines. If my memory serves me correct, Brandon. So, but yeah, no, the Ravens have only played him once since he's left Baltimore, and it was in New York, and the Ravens handled that pretty easily. So, and obviously Lamar outdid Flacco in that game. Flacco didn't play too good. No, again, we always wish Joe the best, and I even said it too. I mean, think about it. This is Joe Flacco's 17th or 18th year playing the NFL. Hard to believe. And so proud of the guy for still doing his thing. Hey, just like my friends and always said, and me personally, wish him the best until we play him, because he's the enemy. And just like he did when he took the Browns to the playoffs and was a comeback player of the year. I mean, hey, we wish all success, but not at our expense. When they're playing us, it's enemy time, man. So no, it's going to be interesting. So that's another little nugget to look out for the home opener against the Browns. It's going to be fun, man. So I think this is a fun schedule. This is awesome. Ravens get a holiday game. It's Thanksgiving. Luckily, I took off on Black Friday as I always do, and there's a good reason why now. It's got a late game. So if Mom's listening, I'm sure she'll be like, "Oh my gosh, Thanksgiving night game got planned," but we did it twice, so I have to do the festivities or eatings a little bit early because I'll be headed down. But it'll be all fun, man. It's going to be awesome, dude. So and you can see it now. They played at Christmas last year. They get to trade up, play Thanksgiving Day game. So hey, we can already say that the Thanksgiving Day slate is way better than the Christmas Day slate this time around. But that's the Ravens schedule. I am actually pretty pleased. And it was pretty cool to see the rumors true that were floating around the line. Ravens Bills are on Sunday Night Football right out of gate, fireworks, man. So it's going to be awesome. I'm sure the Ravens trips are going to be ready to go and gas up the buses. Everybody's going to be heading north to Buffalo and breaking some tables and having a good old time. And this time it's not going to be bitter cold as some of the fans that I know attended the playoff game last year. So maybe Mark Andrews can actually not use that excuse this time, and his gloves won't be cold and wet, and he actually can catch the ball this time. So we shall see, but it's going to be early Sunday, September 7th. It all kicks off. So before we get into the full late of the primetime games, because I know you have the prime schedule pulled up, I know it's notable honorable mentions here of note. The preseason matchups for the Ravens. The Ravens actually have 2 away games. So
it's only one home.
It's only one home. So,
okay.
They play the Colts kicking off preseason on Thursday, August 7th against Colts. And then they go to Cowboys on Saturday, August 16th, and then they end at Commanders, so right down the road in D.C., at a date to be determined before the season ends. So 2 NFC East matchups, and this year they don't play. They did it in years past where they played an opponent in the preseason where they did in the regular season. This year they don't. So they played these teams last year, or at least 2 of those teams last year. So, looking pretty good for the Ravens. I have no issues, and I'm pretty pumped and excited about the schedule. Now I just can't wait to see how it unfolds, man. Let's don't want to wish the summer away, but the dates are here. Start bookmarking them, making your plans. You have all the time in the world now, and Ravens schedule's out, everybody. And not only that, but the full NFL slate, no matter what your team is and all that. But I certainly wanted to look at the primetime slate because that's always a fun. Brandon, you got the streaming up there in the prime, or so you were kicking off the prime. So I'll have you kick off the Thursday night slate with the prime. What's the prime slate look like?
Let's see. On prime, their first game, week 2, is going to be Commanders Packers. Week 3 will be Dolphins and Buffalo. Wow, Dolphins get 2 Thursday night games. That's interesting.
No kidding.
Week 4, we've got Seahawks and Cardinals. Week 5, we've got 49ers and Rams. Week 6, got the Super Bowl champs, the Eagles against the Giants. Week 7, Steelers, Bengals. That's definitely one we'll have to keep an eye on. Week 8 on the 23rd, we've got Minnesota and the Chargers. Week 9, it's us. It's I guess you want to call it Halloween Eve. We've got Ravens, Dolphins. Week 10, November 6th, we've got Raiders, Broncos. Week 11, November 13th, is Jets, Patriots. And then on November 20th, week 12, it's Buffalo and Texans. And we have a Black Friday game. That is the Bears versus the Eagles. And then we've got December 4th, week 14, Cowboys, Lions. That's a good one. That's a good one to definitely check out.
There you go.
Week 15, December 11th, we've got Falcons, Bucks. Week 16, December 18th, we've got Rams, Seahawks. And then a Christmas night game, December 25th, will be Broncos, Kansas City. That's an odd choice.
Good.
And then, yeah, I guess so. And then on January 10th or 11th, an exclusive game only on Prime will be a wild card game. So you can only see that game on January 10th or 11th on Prime, depending on who's in the wild card. So not the greatest Thursday night lineup, I will say. There's a couple in there that are kind of interesting, but some of these are just so-so games, which kind of has been the thing for Thursday night prime games. It's like, all right, it's on TV, I'll watch it, but
right,
none of these are really like barn burners.
Not at all. And funny, now that I can actually see the physical schedule, I think I was enthralled with the Ravens schedule and kind of just taking it all in. I feel like I misspoke. I felt like I said the Ravens Dolphins might have been a Monday night. It's a Thursday night confirmed. So thank you for going over that schedule. Again, just may have misspoke. I might not have, but I just saw primetime 8:15 and immediately probably glossed over the Thursday versus a Monday. But they covered it all. The Ravens typically, when they have a primetime slate, they get one each night. They usually get a Sunday night game, a Monday night game, and a Thursday night game all in the same season. And this year they complete that primetime trifecta, so to speak. So they'll be featured on all of them, which is going to be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely love that. Looking good. The graphic for the Ravens game on Thanksgiving night, that looks good. Oh man, they got to do the purple rising for the Thursday night game.
If they do the purple rising,
that would be awesome. Now looking at Monday night football, week 2, 4, 6, and 7, all double headers.
Oh, they're double headers?
All double headers.
I do have a request.
Okay.
Can I please do the Monday night schedule?
You can do the Monday nights, absolutely. But
I'll let you
look at all that football.
There's a lot of football.
4, 6, and 7.
Give me the football. I'm ready.
All right, so you go ahead. Tell us what's going on Monday nights.
Actually, I wasn't prepared. I was thinking you're going to do an order Thursday, Sunday, Monday. So
I can do Sunday too.
I had the Sunday night schedule pulled up, and then I was going to pull the Monday night, and then you're already. Hey, it's all good. We're unscripted here. But yeah, I would encourage if we could probably do it Sunday night, so I can get prepared for the Monday night. I only asked to do Monday night because it's a tradition with me and my dad. We always like to watch Monday Night Football together, so I like to at least have the opportunity to cover the Monday night slate, if I may.
Go for it. I'm looking at the Sunday night schedule. Saturday, December 27th, Peacock exclusive. Could that be where we're going to see, or is that week 16? That's week 16, isn't it? All right, so never mind. I was going to say maybe that could be where we're up against the Packers, but that would be week 17, not 16. So never mind. Although they're not saying exact. Well, let me see. Oh, so that would be the Patriots. Ravens Patriots. I don't know. That one could be on Peacock. There's a little bit of a rivalry there. Joe Flacco and Tom Brady. They had a rivalry going on a little bit.
Of course, and I'm having difficulty finding the Monday night schedule as we have it.
Here, I'll send it to you.
Like I put in Google NFL Monday Night NFL, and it's like giving me like snippets of the schedule. I'm like, no, I don't want a story. I want the schedule, please. But I have the Sunday night.
I got you. There you go.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. You're always on top of things, man. Keeping things going. So what do we got for the Sunday night matchups?
So the Sunday night matchups, they kick off on a Thursday. Sunday night kicks off on a Thursday, September 4th. Yeah, we know that one. It's going to be Cowboys and Eagles. And then we're going to have September 7th, Ravens, Bills. September 14th, it's going to be Falcons, Minnesota. Week 3, September 21st, Kansas City, New York. My God, that's going to be a bloodbath. Week 4, September 28th, Green Bay against Dallas. Dallas again. Two Sunday Night Football NBC games in a month. Week 5, we got October 5th, Patriots, Buffalo. Week 6, October 12th, Lions, Kansas City. Week 7, October 19th, Falcons, 49ers. Week 8, October 26th, Green Bay and Steelers. Week 9, November 2nd, Seahawks, Commanders. Week 10, November 9th, Steelers, Chargers. Week 11, November 16th, Lions, Eagles. That's a good one. Week 12, November 23rd, Bucks, Rams. And then Thursday, October 27th, Thanksgiving night, we've got Ravens, Bengals. Week 13, November 30th, Commanders, Broncos. Week 14, December 7th, Texans, Kansas City. That could be a good one. That could definitely be a good one. A lot could be on the line for that one. Week 15, December 14th, Minnesota, Dallas. Week 16, December 21st, is going to be Bengals and the Dolphins. And then there's that Saturday, December 27th. Oh, that could be week 17. That could be Ravens Steelers as the Peacock exclusive game on Saturday, December 27th. So that could happen. Week 17, another game. So there are going to be 2 NBC games, one on Peacock, one on NBC on week 17. That one is the Chicago Bears versus the 49ers. And then January 4th, week 18, it's to be determined. And then there's going to be some playoff games. And then let's just say it's spoilers, everybody. Sunday Night Football is going to be happening at the Super Bowl, February 8th on NBC. The Ravens will be featured in that one as well. Boom!
Oh, that's a great schedule leak. Love it.
I said it.
He did say it. Okay. Great. There's some great matchups there on Sunday Night Football. I'm looking forward to it, especially that week 1, man. Ravens.
Week 1.
Oof. Let's do it. All right, let's take us through Monday Night Football. As you mentioned, there are some slate of doubleheaders on the horizon for Monday night. And I like it when they do early, late. I'm sure not a lot of folks like that on the East Coast especially, but there are some doubleheaders where they're doing it at the same time, and I cannot stand that, so I'm not a fan of that. But the first Monday night week, we have week 1 Bengals, and no, it's Bears. Sorry. The Bear logo looked like a Bengal for a minute. So, and I do have glasses on, so don't be telling me I need Bears Vikings. So divisional game out of matchup on the first week of Monday night. Then we have a doubleheader on week 2, 7 p.m. Texans Bucks, and then 10 p.m. you have Chargers Raiders. Week 3, we're at the crib. Monday Night Football. It's Ravens Lions all by themselves. There's no doubleheader that night, so at least we get one of the nights off on that. Week 4 features a doubleheader, again, hour apart. 7:15 Eastern, you have a divisional matchup in the East. Dolphins and Jets. And then you have 8:15 Bengals Broncos. So there's where you have to kind of pick and choose and maybe flip back and forth, or maybe have 2 screens up, or go out to restaurants or bars and have to divulge in both games. But they'll both be there on the same time for your enjoyment. Week 5, a standalone game. You have Chiefs against Jaguars. The Chiefs actually travel on the road on Monday night to play at Jacksonville, so that's quite interesting. Week 5. Week 6 is another double whammy. Again, hour apart. 7:15 Falcons, Bills. And then you have Commanders, Bears at 8:15 that night. Then another double header in week 7. So here we go again. And they're all front-loaded. This is the last of the Monday Night Football doubleheaders. This one's a 7 and 10 p.m. Eastern slot. 7 o'clock features Lions, Bucks. That's going to be a doozy. And then you have Texans, Seahawks at 10 p.m. And then week 8, Chiefs, Commanders. That's going to be a great one. Very well could almost have been a Super Bowl matchup last year. Week 9, Cardinals, Cowboys. Week 10, this is going to be a good one. This was the Brazil game last year, Packers, Eagles in week 10 at Green Bay. Week 11, Cowboys at Raiders. Week 12, Panthers at Niners. Week 13, you have Giants at Patriots. Week 14, Eagles, Chargers. Week 15, Dolphins, Steelers. Week 16, San Francisco against Indianapolis. And
is that the first Indy? Is that the first Indy game we've talked about?
I think that's the first Indy ever primetime game that we've even heard of.
Wow.
Good for them. Not. Week 17 wraps up Monday Night Football in Atlanta. It's Rams against Falcons. So they start in Chicago on Monday Night Football and end in Atlanta. A lot of their yeah, I mean the doubleheaders, it's gonna be a lot to navigate early in the season, and I'm still not sure why the NFL does that with the 2 I can understand the late first window and the late window being first games, but the 7:15 and 8:15 starts getting them in. I just don't understand why they're kind of just throwing them in there. They've been doing that for the last several years. It's kind of odd. I personally don't like it because I like to watch like one game at a time, and everybody kind of like, you know, I don't think a lot of folks are a fan of it, but I get the folks that are like, well, so different than watching like all the games on a Sunday afternoon or at the late window, like there's multiple games. I'm like, I get it. But when it's like Monday Night Football and it's supposed to be set aside for that one matchup, now you got 2 and you kind of bounce back and forth as a fan. It's just odd. And I don't get it, but it's kind of like if they did that on like Christmas, like, oh, let's have 2 games at the same time on Christmas Day. Like, I get it. I just meant it'd be no different than they did on Thursday night or Sunday night. It kind of takes away from the spotlight a little bit. But again, at least the Ravens got favored in this one and got the lone matchup because they are sandwiched in between the two double-heading matchups in weeks 2 and 4. So they alternate. They start single matchup, doubleheader, single matchup, doubleheader, single matchup, doubleheader, and that's over. So it's pretty interesting how they lay that out. But I would love to know why they do it. Don't know. Love to know. Just curious to me. But yeah, that's your Monday Night Football schedule wrapping up prime time. I'm really looking forward to this season, man. And I love the primetime games because, again, Ravens aren't playing and all that, especially on Monday Football. Your fantasy matchups, everything comes down to Monday Football. And really can't wait to see how it shakes out this season. It's going to be exciting. But this is another check off the list as we're getting through the all season. We've already went through the draft, free agency. Now we're at the schedule release. Now comes the camps in the summertime, and then we are recording this mid-May. In about 2.5 months, we're going to be playing preseason football, and about 2 months or a little over that, training camp's going to be ramping up. So as much as fun as summer is, Brandon, it's going to go by pretty quick.
It's definitely going to go by pretty quick. Let me ask you, though.
Short, and it comes quick, man.
We got to talk about this. So sometimes the ESPN will pick like an NHL game or something like that. The Four Nations, especially, that happened. They also stream those games on Disney Plus. If the Ravens-Lions game is being streamed on Disney Plus, does that make Lamar Jackson a Disney princess?
Oh, I have no idea.
I asked the hard-hitting questions here.
Lamar's not a princess. If anything, he's a hitman because if you saw his acting debut, I'll just say this: he pulled a gun on somebody and blew him away.
Yeah,
don't mess with Lamar. So he's definitely far removed from a princess. Don't you be doing that to Lamar Demetrius Jackson.
All right. So before we get out of here, let me pull out the old handy dandy notes app here. We're gonna save this for the next season coming up. So we're gonna go with NFL schedule release predictions.
Dun, dun, dun.
So week 1, we're going to have it's Ravens Bills.
Now week 1's Ravens Colts. No, I'm just kidding. That's the true week 1. No.
Josh, what is your call?
As it stands right now, I hate being put on the spot like that already. Because obviously you want to drink the purple Kool-Aid and be like, the Ravens are going to avenge the Bills. Ravens were the better team last year and very nearly could have won it if it wasn't for turnovers. I'm actually going to go out on a limb and say the Ravens actually do avenge that loss last year, unlike they did it in Arrowhead last year. I actually say they come out victorious in a close game up there in Buffalo, and they take it to them. I think they, and I'm hoping they back me up, and there's the desk pounds. Because man, it just thinking about that matchup and all that, it's bitter. But you gotta let it go. It's in the past. But I think the Ravens right the wrongs. I think Lamar and company go up there fresh with a Derrick Henry extension, Lamar in the team and all being healthy, and they go up there and I think they punch them in the mouth. I don't think they win easily, but I think they do come away victorious. So I'm going to call it victorious Sunday Night Football for the Ravens away to start the season. I think they start off on a high note, unfortunately, like they did last year. And last year didn't slow them down. They lost week 1 against the Chiefs in a very close game, which was a phenomenal game for the year, and didn't really slow them down. They still won a host of a slate of games and went to the playoffs and won the division. So, but I'm just going to call right now. I think the Ravens finally say, you know what, enough's enough. We're going to go up there, and Lamar's going to show you, hey, we're going to show you who the true MVP really is, and he's going to play like one.
All right, that's good. You're going dub. I'm going to say it's going to be a loss.
Okay.
I don't want to start off week 1 as a loss, but I predicted a dub last year, and they were off by a toe. And while I do think they've got a lot to prove, I hope I'm wrong. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it or not. Still, we've got our Darius Washington now out for the season. We're going to be missing him on defense. We've got, Starks coming in, brand new rookie. Is he going to be right out of the gate? Is he going to be limited? We're going to see what happens. But I'm going to say a loss for week 1, unfortunately. So here we go. We're already going to start it off. Then we're going to be at opposing ends here. So week 2, Ravens Browns. Josh, who you got?
I have the Ravens in that one.
We're going to have a dub on there. I will also say a dub there. Home opener. Crowd's going to be electric. We're going to have the Cleveland Browns. Who knows their QB is going to be. And if it's a rookie QB, John Harbaugh loves to beat up on those rookie QBs. So I'm going to say a dub as well. Week 3, Ravens Lions. Josh, who you got?
I'm going to say predict the first Ravens loss here. I don't think they can start the year 3-0. It would be a tall feat. And I think the Lions is going to be the Ravens' toughest test. I mean, the Bills are the Bills, Josh Allen and everybody, but you can't, because people are going to immediately look at this match and go, well, remember the last time the Lions came here, the Ravens embarrassed them and made them look like a JV team and blah, blah, blah. And they blew them out and they made a statement. Everybody was talking about them and Good Morning Football. And I get that. But that's a couple years ago. This is now, and the Lions are still dangerous. And then I think with, if you look at the makeup of the Ravens now with Darius Washington going out with the injury of the Achilles, and then with the rookie now, Starks has to step up. You kind of hope the Ravens secondary can hold, and the Lions have a host of weapons, dude. Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield, and you have Monroe St. Brown and James Williams. They're going to get the Ravens they all can handle, and I think as much fun it is the Ravens to win on a primetime game, especially their home primetime game on a Monday night. I'm going to pick up the loss here against the Lions, and the Ravens will be 2-1 on my predictions.
Okay, all right. I'm going to say a dub here against the Lions, even without JT in the lineup. No Justin Tucker to kick a history-making field goal at the end. It's going to be a tough matchup, but
you're right. I think the Lions are thanking the Ravens, and I'm like, goodness, I have to play against Justin Tucker to kick another long one. But even if he wasn't playing the Ravens, can he still kick a long one? I absolutely don't think so. Sorry to say, but I don't think so.
We'll see what Tyler Loop brings to the table, and I think he's going to let us really know what's going on week 3. So then week 4, traveling out to Kansas City, Ravens, Chiefs.
Loss.
Josh,
Loss.
You think that's a loss?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say a loss as well.
Ravens can't exercise that demon for some reason, and until they prove otherwise, I'm always going to predict Ravens Chiefs. I don't care if it's here at home, on the streets of Baltimore, at the beach at Ocean City. It's always a loss against the Chiefs until they prove otherwise. They can't do it. And until Lamar and company prove it, I'm always going to predict it. You need to finish your sentence. It's a loss. I'm putting it as a loss easily. Circle it.
All right, so week 5.
Guys. Yep. The Ravens are 2-2 after a full month of football, and you have them as a loss too. So it seems like going after the first month, we trade wins and losses. You have them losing to the Bills. I have them beating them. Then I have them losing to Lions at home of all places, and you have them winning. So you're having them lose both road games to the Bills and the Chiefs, and you having winning both home games, which is I can see it certainly going that way. So if we're both be 2-2, but I think for your predictions, even though I predicted mine, I almost inclined to agree with yours. I think yours is probably going to be most likely that it comes true. I think they're going to lose both road games and then win both home games. I'll see how it's shaking out. But these are early season predictions, and we can't be the same. That'd be boring. So, but obviously we don't know what each other's going to predict. That's why this is fun to do, and I always like coming back to the end of the year. But hey, we both have them at 500.
That's right. All right, so week 5, we got Ravens Texans. What do you think?
Easy win.
Yeah, I say a dub as well. Had their way with them on Christmas.
Yeah, after last year and all that, I don't think the Texans are that good or as good as advertised. And I know they were down a receiver last year. But, I have seen a regression in CJ Stroud, and I don't think this Texans team is good as advertised, but we'll see. I mean, they blew it in the playoffs. So,
all right. I say that's a W as well. Week 6, Ravens Rams. What are you thinking?
Thinking a win. And here's why. You have to remember the Rams are down a receiver now with they letting Cooper Kupp go to the division rival. So I think he's with Seattle now, if I'm not mistaken. So it'll be interesting to see what the makeup of the Rams. Now you have to worry about Puka Nacua. They got Connor Williams in the backfield. That's their bread and butter. And with Matt Stafford being another year older, and it's being a home game, I think the Ravens get the best of the Rams, and that's a win. So it's 2 in a row. Put them at 4-2.
All right, let's see.
And heading into the bye at a 4-2 record.
Yeah, I think that's also going to be a dub against the Rams. Rams are also traveling to Baltimore, so that's going to be a long flight to and from. All right, so they have a bye week. Week 8, we've got Ravens Bears. What are you thinking?
Win.
I think that's also a win as well. Week 9, Thursday Night Football, Ravens Dolphins. What are you thinking?
It also depends on the quarterback play that point in the season. There's questions swirling around Tua. Obviously, he's rested all season, but the Dolphins still have weapons, and they shouldn't be discounted. And it also depends on the quality of the opponent. What Dolphins team are the Ravens going to get? Traveling to South Beach in Miami. In years past, the Ravens have handled the Dolphins pretty easily. But again, that was past. This is now. I'm going to say a loss. I think the Ravens are going to lose this one on Thursday night.
To the Dolphins? Really?
Yep.
Wow.
I think they go there after winning 3 in a row at home. They're going to win all 3 of their home games in that home slate with the bye week. And I think they go in the short week and just they do what they always do. They fall flat in their face, and this is one of those weeks.
All right.
I think it really means you can predict the win, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the Dolphins. Wow. I don't have any faith in the Dolphins at all. Okay. I don't see them winning very much. It's a short week. I think this might be like the game that you go to for your normal. You haven't been away for an away game for a while, but Thursday night game in Miami, that'll be a go-to spot. I'll have to see what like Be More Around Town's doing for that one. But yeah, I'm going to say a W for that one. Week 10, Ravens versus Vikings. What do you think?
I think that's a win.
It's a dub. Let's see. I'm going to see. I got to know, is Jamie Erdahl going to be blowing the horn at the beginning of the game? Because she was their lucky charm last year. I don't want her at this Ravens game. She can do that after week 10. I'm going to also say a W. I think it'll be a dub. Week 11, we got Ravens versus Browns. What are you thinking?
I think it's a win. I think they sweep Cleveland again.
Seems to be the going trend with Cleveland. And yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Another dub as well.
I just don't know with their quarterback play, man. Like, if they had more certainty there, maybe I give them a little bit more respect being a divisional opponent. Now, last year they lost in Cleveland when Jameis Winston was under center, and it was a eye opener. But divisional games are always tough. But I prerequisite by saying we just don't know. The Browns quarterback situation is uncertainly, and we're doing this now with we don't even know who it is. So at that point, I'm going to predict a sweep for that juncture.
All right. Week 12, Ravens Jets.
Oh, dub all day.
Dub. I think a dub as well.
And I'm going to let you know something. My boys here would be so disappointed if I didn't do it here, but I have to do it. And you might be like, why? For some reason in our group chat, in our Ravens group chat, we love doing the Jets chant. I don't know why. It's random and it's hilarious. And we do it like randomly. So with that, I will say the Ravens are victorious against the Jets. Jets. Had to do it.
All right. Yeah. I'm not doing that, but I'm also going to say a dub against the Jets.
Come on.
Week 13, Thanksgiving night, Ravens Bengals. What are you thinking?
Thursday night against the Bengals. Now, the Bengals last year gave the Ravens fits. Both games were phenomenal. Both games ended in the Ravens' favor on the scoreboard, even though stats didn't say that. Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow gave them all they can handle and still didn't win the football game. I say that not only do we feast on all the Thanksgiving goods, but the Ravens feast on the Cincinnati Bengals this Thanksgiving night, and they come out victorious in this one, man.
I mean, they got a streak.
And they'll be 3-0 on Thanksgiving, by the way.
Yeah, they got a streak going on Thanksgiving. I'm not going to mess with that. I'm going to say it's also a dub on Thanksgiving night in Baltimore. So week 14, first matchup of the Ravens versus the Steelers. This one is at home. So what are your thoughts? Big question mark with the Steelers this year. We don't know who's going to be QB1.
And until late last year, Lamar couldn't exercise that demon. He always
Right.
the monkey demon, whatever you want to call it. Last year away game was abysmal, and then the Ravens had the home game here, and then the home playoff game for the first time ever, and they absolutely were stellar in both games. I'm actually going to go on a limb, say this is a win for the Ravens. I say the Ravens win the first installment at home against Steelers in this one. You're right. Right now it's Mason Rudolph chucking the football, and I don't think the Steelers are going to be good as advertised. They let go George Pickens. There's a lot of question marks still the Steelers now. Najee Harris is out of pictures. Jalen Warren under the running back center right now. So who knows? And I know they got DK. Everybody forgets about that, but not a believer in what they have going on right now. And again, yes, I know they're the Ravens' heated divisional rival, and we get that, but just like the Browns, a lot of questions, and I don't think they're as good as advertised.
All right, week 15, we got Ravens, Bengals, the rematch. I'm gonna start off this one, and I'm saying this one's gonna be a loss. They're gonna split with the Bengals, just because I think they're the new rivalry. Like the Ravens Steelers is always something, but I mean the Steelers were kind of having their way with the Ravens up until last year. I think this is also a big rivalry, so I'm gonna give the Bengals a chance here and say this one's gonna be a loss. They're going to split with the Ravens Bengals, but not on Thanksgiving in Cincinnati. So, Josh, what's your call? What do you think? Ravens Bengals week 15.
I think they also lose to the Bengals in Cincinnati. I don't think last year. And look, Lamar owns the Bengals, I should say. I think he's 9-1 in his career against Cincinnati, just like how Joe Flacco owned the Browns in his career here in Baltimore. I think Lamar, for some reason, can't beat the Browns half the time. He can't ever beat the Steelers, it seems like, up until recently. But for some reason, he loves him some Bengals. But I think Burrow and the boys get the best of the Ravens on the road, and they split the home and away game. So I say they don't sweep the Bengals this year. They sweep the Browns, the other Ohio team, but they split with the Bengals this time.
All right, week 16, Ravens Patriots is at home.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Home or away, it doesn't matter. I think that's a win.
That's a dub. I think that's also a dub. I mean, I know that Lamar had his issues with the Patriots to start off his career a little bit. You know, Cam Newton came in, big windstorm in 2020, and the Ravens didn't do well with that one. But this is a different team, different coach, a lot of question marks of what's going on in New England. So I think they still got some things to figure out. So this will be a dub for the Ravens. Week 17, we got Ravens Packers. What are you thinking, Josh?
It's hard to play at Lambeau that late in the year. That one's going to be for something. You have to imagine with both of these teams, something's going to be at stake, a playoff berth, division. It's going to be, this is the NFC versus AFC in this matchup, but something's going to be in line at some point. So this late in the season, just around the Christmas holiday, I'm going to say this is a loss for the Ravens.
You know what? I'm a little surprised you're saying a loss, but I'm also going to be saying a loss. Just sheer fact, Lamar doesn't like the cold. Doesn't like to play in the cold. He doesn't do well in the cold. He's a Florida guy, not his thing to be out in the cold and playing like this.
He plays in Baltimore, dude, but it's a different cold. I get it.
Yeah, it's a different cold. I think that he's just, although I would love to see him get a win and prep, because wherever we're going in the postseason, there's a good chance you're going through Kansas City or Buffalo where it gets cold as well. So if he could get a little bit more of a cold game and a cold game win under his belt, that'd be great. But I don't think he's going to be able to do that at Lambeau. So I think that's also going to be a loss. So last game of the year, Ravens Steelers. What are you thinking?
I've been looking at this out of the corner of my eye, talking about the Packers, and it's in Pittsburgh. The Ravens have a hard time winning in Pittsburgh for some reason.
That's true.
With Lamar in Pittsburgh with the stupid yellow towels and the Renegade song. Can't stand it. Anytime it comes on the radio or on the streamings, I turn it off. Can't stand that song. Sorry, Styx, but can't stand it. Just gets me angry. And as much as the Ravens want to look bad in what I always call Acupuncture Stadium, even though I know it's a Krisher, I just look at it and go acupuncture because it's fun. You know what? I think how they started the year by getting over the hump of getting past Buffalo, how they couldn't get past them. And no, regular season is a different story than postseason. There's a whole nother level now postseason, but I think this is the year where the Ravens go 5-1 in the AFC North, and they sweep the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they end the season on a high note with a dub. And not only that, but this could be for everything. It could be for a division. This could be for maybe even a 1 seed in the AFC. It could be for a 2 seed, a 3. It could be a playoff berth. It could be something. But I think they go up there, and with all the questions swirling around as we know it right now on May 14th of this year, Pittsburgh on paper is not as good as advertised. And if we had to play this game today, I think the Ravens mollywop them. Derrick Henry just signed his extension. The Ravens have a mass of weapons. They're all healthy. I think the Ravens are way better than the Steelers. I don't care. You can throw previous history. The Steelers won 99 of the last 100 games. I don't care. Ravens are going to sweep them. You're predicting it right now. Ravens sweep them, and they end the season on a high note heading into the playoffs. You do not want to head into the playoffs on an L. And I think
that's true.
They lose in Lambeau. They come back, get lick their wounds, and they go to Pittsburgh for a heated division rivalry game, and they say, that's it. Let's carry that momentum by beating the Pittsburgh Steelers, sweeping them, and heading into the 2025 playoffs on a high note. Let's do it. That's how I see it happening.
I love what you're saying, but I am going to predict a loss for Week 18 for the sheer fact that no starters are going to be playing in that game. Things are going to be wrapped up. There's nothing going on.
That's an X factor I forgot about. Look at that. I overlooked it.
Yeah, they're going to be playing for nothing. Okay. So the Ravens will lose in Pittsburgh against the Steelers.
They already have it
nothing on the line.
Okay.
That's right. So going through the list and everything, even though I'm saying that, I want to tell you we are both predicting 12-5 records.
Okay, and I pretty much had that last year. I think 12-5. Teetering on that 11-6, 12-5. I'm not surprised. They could be way better at that. I mean, 13-4, they did it a couple years ago. But they're right on that sweet spot. 11-12 wins is probably where they're going to be. 10-7 would be 10-7 or worse would be abysmal. If they barely scrape 10 wins, I would be shocked, especially with this schedule. 11-12 wins is right in the wheelhouse easily, and that'll qualify for the playoffs all day.
Well, I mean, we've talked for over an hour now with a schedule release. Good stuff is happening. Josh, we covered everything for this episode of The Call.
We sure did, man, and then some. I'm excited for the schedule that's to come with darkness there and nothing more. Quote the Raven, nevermore.
All right, everybody. Well, if you would like to continue the conversation with Josh or I, you can. It's real easy. You can follow us both on social media. I am on X and Blue Sky at Brando Cash. Josh, where can people follow you at?
Always at AJ_Murr.
All right, go over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Call Podcast. Like us over there. Whenever a new show comes out, you'll be the first to know, and we're always sharing any kind of information we find about the Ravens over on our Facebook page, so make sure you definitely go and check us out over there. We are on Discord for now, discord.gg/The Call Podcast. Join our server, have some tailgate talk and some game day chat with us over on Discord. Let's see, be social with the show, write us an Apple Podcast review, rate us over on Spotify, let everybody know, say, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, I listen to The Call, and you should too. So that is pretty much it for the show this week. We're going to probably be taking a little bit of break. Hopefully no news breaks, nothing crazy happens, and you won't hear us until closer to training camp. But as news breaks, we will be around to talk about it. If you guys just want to do some more live streams like this, let us know. Let us know what you're thinking. If you just want us to come on and chat and hang out on Twitch, we can do that as well. So let us know what you guys are thinking. We would love to do more stuff like this. So that is pretty much it for the show this week. The schedule is out. Josh, take us out the way you always do.
You bet, Brandon, and everybody. We'd love to hear your thoughts. I really want to hear, what are you most excited about? What are you least excited about with this schedule? Do you have a different take? We'd love to hear your predictions. Do you have them at 12-5? Do you have them less? Do you have them more? You're predicting the same wins and losses. What do you think? We'd love to hear from you all is what I'm trying to say. Hit us on the socials. We'd love to interact with you. Please let us know your predictions. And can't wait to chat it up with you guys with this schedule release. It's exciting, and we get Turkey night, Thanksgiving, and I can't wait, Brandon. We're going to have all the fixings, and then we got football to be had. With that being said, through the offseason. We're with you all the way. Baltimore Ravens, let's fly high.